If we know it boils, we can also hush it still again. If your heart has once been full and boundless, it will always be free, and endless possibilities couldn't possibly be reduced to a handful of options. Subconscious is your gut, and your gut, well, that's a synonym for guardian, or for angel, or for both. To be both plus more. I think we are literally a generation who speak so much about being seen, and I wonder how many of us truly feel seen.
Kadi dia kago dia kadi dia kago anga jono sitama dia no pojuru kaca dia dinga kolong kaca adama de onka kuma yele man kaca dia na nga sabali ni madokora ite kola bada duyana ni madokora ite akili soro fese yere lomba se ni be duyana yere boya ba se ni be duyana nga jono sitama ngake soye kadi dia kagwanga jono sitama chegoroba yojute konymankera bada debisenya nangbele si mancha duya nanga sabali ni samara jubi senai seno bechaya duyana
To be both plus more. I am, but I also am not. And that is the shape of my silhouette, the sound of my soul. I'm trying to learn to ride for myself without conditions, unrehearsed. I've heard balance is key, but unbalance feels more like me. This body is made of star-crossed lovers desperately trying to live together, even if damned in destiny to die side by side. Sometimes they make me split myself into sides. Always seem to be stuck within the insides of a binary.
Who am I? I think it's unexplainable, if I'm totally honest. I think I'm a feeling. Yeah. I think I'm just a living feeling that changes constantly. I'm trying to find the wholeness in everything. Like, if everything exists, then it's meant to be here. You know, it's clearly part of something big. And as a whole unit, you know? Words aren't my most, they're not my best, you know what I mean? I'm not really great with words, but I'm good with feelings, and it feels like I'm expanding more than growing.
Oh, dia teso yanga jono sitama.
I don't feel like I'm like every other person, shall I say. Pretty difficult. And it's a day-to-day thing for me, so like I wake up and I don't feel like I'm the same as everyone, or I can't do something the same as anyone else, so it's a bit tough.
Forget that I am spilling, always an overflow, a gush, the single root that grows in the dark, in the unwanted soils, in the unwatered plains. How long has hope lived inside lungs? Long enough to think it is home, long enough to watch how light and light exists. I think the main fear, which is really sad, but also very indicative of this time, I think my biggest fear is like actually just existing. I always live with a proximity of knowing that who I am isn't necessarily like applauded and celebrated and cheered throughout the whole world. And I have to be very select in who I bring into my world to ensure my safety. I fear that like something will happen to me and I won't have like finished my job. Like I feel like there's so much more that I have to talk about, and there's so many other spaces that I want to disrupt. Sometimes I'm scared that I won't be around to see it.
What I fear in life is losing control. I'm always inside my head, so sometimes I'm like thinking the worst things all the time, not knowing why I'm thinking them and not really knowing how to deal with them. So when I'm allowed to like move and dance and release myself, it's kind of a feeling of having to forget that for a moment.
used to fear a lot. I don't fear. I see fear in a different way now. So I couldn't tell you, honestly. If I feared something, I'd probably walk towards it at this point and face it. Danger is a different thing than fear.
I think everything that has been done and everything that you have done in your life is just like part of a journey, and some of those things will be correct and some of those things will be incorrect. And it all depends on who's saying they're correct and incorrect. There's things that I regret for sure. There's like conversations that I wish I had. There's people that I wish I reached out to more. There's people that I wish I didn't reach out to more. There's people I wish I cut off a lot sooner. But I think all of these create us as humans and as multi-dimensional, multifaceted humans. And we can't be too hard on ourselves for things that might not align with our politics or our ideas now, because growth is like eternal and evolution is like, yeah, every day, every minute.
Do I believe there's light without darkness? If you can't see the light, something's blocking it. And if a shadow exists, there's light somewhere, you know what I mean? So yeah, I do think both exist. I love both of them.
Long enough to watch how light exists. Like illumination doesn't rely on a black enough backdrop, a deep enough fall. It won't get easier with the lights on, but in the light is liberation. Patiently, we listen for the bubbles to pop into stillness.
Without darkness, there won't be light. And I've gone through darkness and I found my way through that.
Becomes more whole in the settle. Victories and vices are long lost lovers. Growth smells like sea salt left on oven tops. Where do you wander to be everything you haven't yet? I am stumbling into myself, met more of me in the silence than I looked for in the noise. You can nearly solve everything in the world via communication. So I really like conversing. I just like talking.
Winds are picking up the gold. come around the bend into the cracks of old wooden cottages within the calluses of your heart are growing harder, reaching out my hand into the darkness of your sorrow. Bring me home, back to you. Wash off the old, put on the new. Morning dew, my morning dew, morning dew, I'm morning you.
I think we are literally a generation who speak so much about being seen, and I wonder how many of us truly feel seen.